One day on a flea market was found a strange egg decorated with gold. The owner wanted to have $30,000 for it, which is approximately 10,000 euros at that time. Now for most people this was way too much for that little bit of gold. But there was a man that was convinced of the egg, and he bought it. And when he showed it to an expert, this expert estimated the egg that it's worth $35 million, which is 24 million euros at that time. And in fact, there was a man that really was ready to pay that price, and he bought the egg for $35 million. The value of this egg is $35 million. Why? Because there was someone that was ready to pay that price. Honestly, I would have had the material value appraised and would have then paid the corresponding price, if at all. You know, this story reminds me of a parable that Jesus once told. And we find this parable in Matthew 13. And again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking beautiful pearls. Okay, so there is a merchant, and this merchant looks for beautiful pearls. Okay, some people on this earth do this. And Jesus is telling this parable because he wants to tell us something about him. He is that merchant. He is that man that is looking for good pearls. Now, Jesus was not looking for good pearls. Jesus is looking for a good man. Now, good. There is one place where Jesus is called good teacher. And Jesus says, "Why are you calling me good? No one is good but God in heaven." So when Jesus is looking for a good man, he's looking for men that are like God, that are holy, pure, that are perfect. Now let us see how the parable goes on. There is now a word change. That's very important. So he's looking for good pearls. Who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. Now he didn't find a good pearl, but he found a pearl of great price, or the better translation would be a precious pearl, because it's precious to him. He found a pearl. He was looking for good pearls, but he found a pearl that was not good. It had scratches, cracks, whatever. It was not a good pearl. But nonetheless, he goes and he buys everything that he has, and he buys that pearl. So he ends up having nothing, no house, no shoes, no clothes, no car, no God, nothing but this pearl, because this pearl is so precious to him. Now Jesus is telling this story about him and you. You are that pearl that Jesus found. You are that precious pearl. You're not good. We are not good. But we are precious. And because we are precious to Jesus, like this pearl was precious to that man, Jesus is ready to buy us. With what? Well, the text says he went and sold everything that he had. Likewise, Jesus is ready to pay everything that he has. And what is this everything that he had? We go to 1 Peter. Chapter 1, verse 18 and 19. Knowing that you were not redeemed with corruptible things like silver or gold from your aimless conduct received by tradition from your fathers, but by what? But with the precious blood of Christ, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot. We were not bought with gold or silver, but with Jesus Christ's blood, with his life. That's the price that was paid. Jesus Christ, God himself, dies. Now, why were we so precious to Jesus that he was willing to pay that price? We will talk about this in the next video. At this point, we go back to the egg. What was the value of this egg? it was $35 million because there was a man that was ready to pay that price. What's your value? What's your worth? Do you feel worthless? Well, your value is the price that was paid for you. God Himself dies to save you. So you're so precious to God, though you may not feel like something precious. But you're so precious to God that He is willing to pay the ultimate price, the highest price that one could ever pay. He died for you. Never forget that.